Hi guys, it's Chris at Cork and Crown, back in my cider shed with some more cider to try. And it's something special. It's something special that was given to me. So I was in Norfolk recently. I think I've still got some Norfolk films to put up. But I wanted to make a film of this one ASAP because I really want to try this stuff. And I've only got one bottle of it. But it was given to me by a gentleman called Jack Toye, who's watched lots of my films. And I was holidaying in Norfolk. He lives in Norfolk. And he said, would I like to meet up with him, go and see his orchards, try some of his ciders, etc. I said, Jack, of course I would like to do that. So we did that. So amazing. He's got amazing access. So he started making ciders in 2020. But a friend of his, or a parent of a friend of his, has an orchard on his land. Got quite a bit of land that was planted in the 90s by a Polish lockkeeper who wanted to plant a load of traditional English cider apples. Asked this gentleman if he could plant it on his land. The gentleman said, yes, of course. So on this plot of land in Norfolk, which is pretty much all you associate with Eastern County cider, so, dessert apples, culinary apples, etc. You have, we walked through it, I can't remember all, some of them I'd never heard of before, but you got Harry Master Jersey, you got Yarnton Mill, you got Dabiner, you got White Norm, you got Browns, you got Tom Putt, you got a load of really, really interesting cider apples. So he's making cider with them. He's also getting some eating apples like Bramleys, for example. And I've got some Bramley stuff from him as well to try. You give me like 8 or 9 bottles. But I said, which one should I try first? And Jack said, try the Golden Noble first. So there it is, the Golden Noble. I don't think he's got any more of these left. He might have given me the last one. I'm not sure. If he did, thank you, Jack. It was very generous of you. Picked by my dad and I on a mellow autumnal afternoon in the walled gardens of the Hare Estate in Stowe, Bardolph, Norfolk. This variety of culinary apple originated on this estate in the early 19th century. I was curious as to its properties as an Eastern County style of cider. Notes of dry white wine, melon and grapefruit on the part and nose, fermented to dry. So Golden Noble, that's the variety. So I've never had it before. Picked November, 11th of October 2020, pressed 18th of October 2020, bottled 24th of July 2021, 6% ABV. He's dosing with sugar, a la Albert at Ross and Y, so I think he's learned a lot from. So 5 grams of sugar per litre to give it the sparkle. It's a screw top. He uses whatever bottles he can get. So you look at his bottle range, it's all the same cider, but in totally different shaped bottles. So everything I've got is in like a different shape or a different closure or whatever. It's kind of cool. Anyway, let's open this up and raise a glass to Jack, who is, doing some interesting stuff. But I've got many more of his things to try. So let's save the information on Jack until then. Nice hiss. Any smoking gun at all? No? Oh, but you can see there's bubbles coming. There's bubbles coming. So let's get back to the car today. It might be shaken a bit. There might be a yeast in there. I don't care about that. Let's pour it into the cider salon glass and try it. So Golden Noble, eating apple from Norfolk. So this is very much an Eastern County style. So this is unpasteurised, unfiltered, wild yeast. So let's give it a go. Let's do it properly though, shall we? Yes, Chris. So there you go. So light in colour. It's got a kind of like a what do we say that? The pale gold, hazy pale gold, hints of green. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. Hazy pale gold with a hint of sort of green about it. Yeah, cool. Let's smell it. Let's smell it. Yeah, so it smells like Eastern Counties. It's got some acidity. It's got a freshness about it. Doesn't quite have that sort of, not quite got that sweated apple character to it. There's a definite white wine. Hint of sort of pastry and creaminess to it as well. Love it. My mouth's watering actually. But yeah, sort of like gentle fruit, melon, apple, that kind of thing. I think there's a touch sort of creaminess about it, pastry element. Smells good. Smells good. Smells interesting. Let's test it. So, bold acidity, nice bubbles. The 5 grams of sugar per litre works a treat. Not too fizzy, just enough there to give it a sprit. This is like a dry white wine, but I do get a sense of sort of slight pastry on the palate as well. Very gently. Bold acidity. And it does feel like malic. It does feel malic. It's mouth-watering. This is very much an Eastern County style cider. But for somebody who's just making it as a hobby to start with, he's just learning. He's still learning. When I was there 2 days ago, he'd filled a barrique with Discovery, possibly overfilled it, so the bung was submerged in the actual juice, so it's starting to ferment. So it's shooting Discovery juice out the top of the airlock. So we were there faffing about, trying to figure out how to mend this. I think it sorted itself out now. He sent me a film of the apples he just picked the next day after I'd seen him, and the barrique bubbling away nicely. So, yeah, this is nice. It's green, it's fresh, it's appley. There's a hint of pastry about it. There is delicate bubbles about it. This is a hot weather quaffer, absolutely. Would I have it with food? What would I have it with? What would I have this with? Something like fish. I think a curry as well. I think this would go really well with the curry. That sourness, I think with the curry would be great. But there's a softness to it as well. Yeah. Yeah. So, interesting. A taste. My first taste of a cider from an amateur but enthusiastic cider maker, from a varietal I'd never heard of and never had before. And I just want to say thank you so much, Jack, for giving me the opportunity to try your ciders. And I look forward to tasting all of the others and filming it. It's going to be interesting. This is a single variety. A lot of them are blends of that traditional orchard that I was discussing at the beginning of the film. So it'll be really interesting to see what those are like as well. Yeah, so here's to you, Jack. Thanks for joining me in my shed, everybody. I hope you join me again. But until that time, cheers.